Hey guys, Matt from Class A Sport Fishing. We're going to do a little report for July 31st and August 1st out of Rochester. July 31st was fantastic out there. It was overcast. The fish were really active on the sonar and on the Panoptics. Ran a deep rigger. My deep rigger was down 92. Everything else was up 10 feet from there. My deep rigger, I ran 2 spoons. I ran a standard size moonshine silver carbon on my main line, and then pinned on a cheater 5 feet up was the magnum of the same. They call it the mupped rig. I'll do a video a little later on how I run the mupped rig. There's probably 3 or 4 different ways you can do it. This is just the way that I do it. But anyway, on my mid rigger, I ran, what I run on the mid rigger? Oh, I ran the Hulk. And that took a couple shots, but it's been kind of slow for me lately. You know, I didn't take a ton of shots on that 82 rigger, but my 72 rigger with the raspberry carbon took some shots, and that went pretty well. Paddles, I ran these paddles both days, ran them the same. They're the same paddles I've been running. This guy right here with the silverback, and then this fly, you'll see there's a pink, there's like a pink or red bead in there. It's just a rubber bead. I had to change out my leader yesterday, and they were still biting it, so it didn't matter what color that bead was. And then that was on one diver. That was out 282. And then this was on the other diver, same. These are both Blue Angel flies. Thanks, Jared. They're working really well this year. And if you look, these are green glow beads. Same thing. They're biting that every single time. Of course, I'm giving it a lot of soak time, so that's going to be on there. Now, coppers, I ran a 300 and a 400, and they both took shots on the 31st. This was on my 400. This is a glow green night, and that's the Sandburr Magnum. These are both Magnum spoons. I've been noticing I've been getting more shots on my coppers with spoons on them than I do with like a meat rig or, you know, anything like that. So doesn't make sense because my divers are pretty good, but my coppers, they like the spoons on them. I don't know. So yesterday I ended up going to the same spot. It was sunny, it was hot, dead flat calm. The fish seemed a little bit less aggressive. So we had to work for our box a little bit. The Green Knight went again. The Sandburr did not. I ran the mup rig first thing in the morning. That took a couple shots. The same paddles I ran on my divers. But as I went through the day, I noticed something was different, that these fish were basically really negative. So what I did was I loaded up my riggers with 3 spoons, all the same. And they were all the Route 18 tackle. These are the double UV green monsters. And I had 3 of them out. All 3. So they were on all my riggers. I didn't have a cheater on there. At the end of the day, you know, we needed a couple more fish, and you know, it was getting close. I mean, it wasn't the end of the day, but it was high sun. So I took one and I dropped it down to 102 feet. Now the temperature was only 54 degrees, was down 65 feet. And so I put one down in that ice water, and I turned around to get away from the rigger and to do something else, and it fired. So as the guy was fighting that fish, I walked over to the starboard side rigger, dropped that down to 102 feet, and bang, that one went off immediately. So now we're doubled. I'm like, well, I got a third one out. I might as well. So I always run, this time of the year, I run my shoot rigger with the probe. I run that high. So I dropped that down to 102, turned around, bang, went off again. So we had a triple on in a matter of seconds just by moving those spoons down. So That's a trick I do once in a while. If I get a bite on a certain depth, then I'll try to move a rod over there and see, of the same spoon. I'll try to do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But if it produces a couple extra bites, it's well worth it. So that was that. Yesterday, like I said, was kind of slow, but we got them pretty good. I'm not gonna cry about guys getting their box. It just wasn't fast and furious like the day before. So we did get a good coho yesterday. About 10, 12 pounds. It was a good one. We got some good fish. Had two that were around 20. The rest of them were high teens or mid teens. Nothing to sneeze at by any means. I really like this fishery this year. Has really impressed me. So, like I said, I'm off today, and then I got a couple trips this weekend. Hopefully the fishing stays like it is. It's pretty consistent. Have a great weekend. The weather looks pretty good, and go out and enjoy our resource. Thanks. Have a great day.